Hey everybody, welcome to Kennedy Hawk Plays. Today we're going to do a very special play session. We're going to play Marvel Champions against a custom villain that was created by the Discord homebrew community group. So we are going to fight against Namor, the Sub-Mariner. We're going to play Black Panther leadership using just cards from the core set. This villain was created to sort of tide the community over while we wait for new packs to release. And since they're coming out in the US next week, I wanted to give him a chance on YouTube before anything new comes out. So we'll get kicked off. We're going to do solo and just the standard mode. We'll let you guys explore the expert mode on your own. So the scheme is I'm on a boat. The FFG boat has been delayed. We all know that. But we did not know it was due to an attack from the king of Atlantis, Namor. So the contents of this deck are Namor 1 and 2, the Namor and standard encounter set, plus one modular encounter set. So I gotta get this standard encounter set put right in there before I forget. We include the modular encounter set product delay. It says set aside the Giganto cards, so I have those over here, and put two cards into play. First we have the environment Crushing Waves. So this is the special mechanic for this set. After an encounter card is discarded due to a card effect, resolve the discarded card's special ability text. And that little wave symbol sort of is there to remind you this only triggers when the card is discarded due to a card effect. So this represents Namor's waves crashing against the boat you're on and really trying to sink our heroes. We also had to put into play the USS Upcoming page. It has a forced response. After a player runs out of cards in their deck, place one flood token on this card. And after this card reaches 2+3 per player flood tokens, the players lose the game. So at 5 flood tokens, we lose the game. What else is going on the active side of I'm on a boat? Let's find out. It's not wanting to flip well. There we go. Good enough. Alright, so this scheme can only advance due to card effects, so it's not going to advance the traditional way. It's got this little star in the top left corner to remind us of that. Forced response. After this scheme reaches a threat of 3 per player, remove all threat from this scheme and place one flood token on the upcoming page. So if this threat's out early, it's going to accelerate our loss condition due to the boat. And after the upcoming page has 2 flood counters on it, advance this scheme. So we got to be careful to not let too much threat get put out there. So let's get started and see how we do here. Namor starts with 16 health. We'll look at what he does here as well. He has a forced interrupt. When he initiates an attack or scheme against you, so basically when he activates, discard the top 3 cards of your deck, then discard the top card of the encounter deck. So he's milling both decks. And this is when he initiates an attack against you. So it's like Spider-Man's spider senses. It's not going to go to the player that defends against him. It's going to go to the player he declares the attack against. So let's see what we got here. Ooh, Golden City right up front. Let's get rid of Lead by the Front and Inspired. And, you know, I'm going to get rid of Make the Call and Nick Fury, too. And really dig for some good stuff and see how it goes. So I can search for, I think we're going to search for Tactical Genius, because it seems like getting threat on this scheme could be really dangerous. And with that, we'll get underway. So let's pay differently. Let's put a Shuri. For the Golden City, we'll draw 2 cards to replace it. Double resources are good right now. I think we'll flip. We'll, let's just do this. Let's play Lead by the Front to get it out of our, no. Let's use Lead by the Front to play Wakanda Forever. So we'll hit Namor, who's at 16 for 4 damage. Black Panther can hit him for another 2. And that will be all we do. So we're going to keep that in our hand and draw 4 cards only. So we'll get one of those out and be able to Wakanda Forever, but we won't get both on our first pass through. So he's going to get 1 threat. He's going to attack us. This is an interrupt, so it's going to trigger before he gets his boost card, I think. So we'll discard the top card of the encounter deck. Nothing bad. And the top 3 cards of our decks. There goes a Maria Hill, a Wakanda Forever, and a Strength. That was not great. And then he attacks us. So he's attacking for 2, 3. So we need our handy dandy life counter. They moved on me here. I haven't played in this new setup recently. So 1, 2, 3, and he'll take 1 from Retaliate. Zoom out so you guys can kind of see my play area. And we get an encounter card. It is Whirlpool. Dull, gosh. Okay. When revealed, discard your hand, then draw cards equal to the number of cards you discarded. My Black Panther player is angry about this because there goes 2 of my Black Panther upgrades. I'm drawn 5 cards. So that was his attack and his treachery card, or his encounter card, so it's our turn to go. So notice this got discarded due to like resolving, but we did not trigger its special ability text because that's only when this is discarded due to a card effect, like Namor milling it or something like that. So it is our turn. Let's pay 2 for energy daggers. We're gonna hit Namor for 2. I think we're gonna flip and Golden City for 2 because we gotta get things going here. Let's make the call Power of Leadership for Maria Hill because that'll draw us another card. Not necessarily the card we needed, but that's okay. Let's pay for Inspired on Maria Hill. And she can remove this threat, I guess. It's kind of worth it. And that's going to be our turn. We're going to discard these Vibraniums because we need to get those Black Panther upgrades out. Alright. So he's going to get a threat. He's going to scheme against us, but again, he's going to do his interrupt, so we discard this. So we would trigger this special. Each player engaged with a minion, not us, discards 3 cards. So not a big deal, but we mill 3 here. Wakanda forever, make the call, and get ready. So he's scheming for 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is going to get this to more than 3 per player, and we will get a token on the upcoming page. Bummer. At that point, we get an encounter card, and it is the villain schemes. So we trigger his ability again. He's going to discard something here. No big deal. He's going to discard 3 here. This is all before he boosts, and unfortunately, we just decked out. So we get a second encounter card. We put something on this, and this guy progresses because we just reached 2 flood counters. So we are now in stage 2, pointed attack. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for Namor's Trident. So let's do that. It's right here with him looking to the side. We put it into play attached to Namor and shuffle the encounter deck. So this attaches to Namor, it gives him 1 attack, and then it has a forced interrupt. When Namor initiates an attack, the active player chooses 1. Either discard the top card of the encounter deck or 2 cards from the top of their deck. And then there's a hero action. Exhaust your hero and discard 3 cards from the encounter deck to discard Namor's Trident. On pointed attack, Namor is now using his lethal Trident to ward off the heroes as he continues to attack the shipping boat, delaying our expansions. And as a forced response, after a player runs out of cards in their deck, search the encounter deck for Namor's Trident and equip it to Namor, and then shuffle the deck. So he's going to keep pulling this Trident out. If it was already in play, shuffle all copies of Trident Toss from the encounter deck, encounter discard pile, back into the encounter deck. So let's see. There are no copies of that, but when we get one, we'll look at what it does. So threat goes back to 0. He was in the middle of scheming when he decked me out, so he still gets to scheme for 1, just 1, not a big deal. And then we get an encounter card, and we actually get 2 because we decked out. So the first one, attached to the highest minion in play. If there's no minion in play, this gains Surge. Okay, so here's our Surge card. Place 1 threat on the main scheme, and then become confused. We are now confused. Sorry, guys. And the villain schemes. We are getting a lot of scheming, and I'm not a big fan. Not gonna lie. Ugh, there goes a suit. That's really bad. Well, we can get it back with Ancestral Knowledge. So discard the top there, discard 3 there, and he's scheming for 1, 2. No special ability, because there's no wave symbol. So that was the bad guy's turn, and it was real painful. It is our turn. Let's Golden City. Let's I kind of want to play Avengers Mansion so we can start drawing as much as possible, because we really need to pound through this this setup, it looks like. Let's play Nick Fury for 4. And we'll draw 3 cards. Let's play Tactical Genius. So we got 3 of our upgrades out there now, and 1's in the discard pile. We are going to flip. We will have Maria Hill thwart here for 3, killing Maria Hill, but she did her job. We'll have Nick Fury attack for 2, and Black Panther will also attack for 2. Get our consequential damage on Nick Fury, and that's all we got. We're going to discard the Triskelion and draw 5 new cards. We did not thwart that turn, so we don't get to get rid of Confused, but it looks like we will next turn with all these Wakanda Forevers. So, he's going to get a threat on the main scheme. He is going to... Oh, we shouldn't have thwarted. We should have gotten rid of the Trident. Ugh. Okay, he's going to attack us. So first we'll trigger this Forced Interrupt. So he discards the top card here. Special. Deal 1 indirect damage to each player. You know who can take that? Nick Fury. We'll discard 3 cards from the top of our deck. And then this also triggers, so we'll discard 1 from here. Seems like a good one. So he's swinging for 3 plus something. Nick's going to block for us. So he's swinging for 4. Nick did what he's supposed to do and soaked up a big old attack for us. So we get our encounter card, and it is a minion. So I don't know why I'm making it bigger when I'm trying to make it smaller. Alright, it is an Atlantean operative. 1 scheme, 1 attack, 4 health. After the villain schemes, the engaged player discards the top card of their deck, and it had that special ability. So it is our go. I'm thinking about well, let's draw a card. That helps. Oh wow. Let's make the call on Maria Hill. Seems real good right now. Sorry about that weird angle. Oh wow. Wow, I don't even know what to do here. Let's get rid of the Trident. So I'm going to discard 3 cards here. First is each player discards cards from the top of their deck until they discard cards of 3 different printed resource icons. Science. Energy. Energy, oh no. Physical. Perfect. Only 4 cards. Thank goodness Black Panther is good at that. But there's 2 more cards I have to discard from here. Another one of the same card. That is crazy. Physical, 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 science, physical, science. Alright, well we discarded our whole deck. It still resolves that, but we can't discard anymore. So we did as much as we could, but we get an encounter card, and the USS upcoming page goes there. We still don't have any copies of Trident Toss to shuffle in, so we do have to shuffle this because the card tells us to, but we don't have to go in there and look for anything. This is our encounter card from decking out. We triggered that. We triggered that. We have 1 more card to discard here. Special. Each player engaged with a minion discards 2 cards from the top of their deck. That is us. Oh, that suit again. Okay, so we got rid of Namor's Trident, which I feel really good about because we have 27 cards till that pops back out from pointed attack. And that was using this hero action. I think Maria is going to thwart for 2 because that's what she does best. We're going to play Wakanda Forever. So we'll get rid of Confused, and then we will ping everybody for 1. Actually, why don't we ping him for 2 and ping everybody for 2. So that'll almost kill this guy. We'll Wakanda Forever again. We'll do the same thing. We'll ping him for 2. We'll use this, but there's nothing to remove. That'll trigger him to the next phase, so he's going to go up to 18 health. Looks like he has the exact same trigger, but now he has 2 scheme instead of 1 scheme, so we got to be really careful. And we'll hit this operative for 2 as well. So we're doing pretty good. Board is clear. We got a Wakanda Forever for next turn. I'm thinking about flipping, and I think I'm going to, because I want more cards. Okay, this is looking good. So he's going to get a threat. He's going to scheme against us. We will trigger this, so let's discard 1 there. Let's discard 3 here. Let's see how many Wakanda Forevers are in there now. There's 3 in our discard pile already, so we want to burn this, but not too fast. And this is his actual boost card for scheming. So 2, just 2. Again, not triggering this special because that was discarded due to boosting, not due to a card effect. Alright, we get 2 encounter cards because we cycled our deck this turn, believe it or not. First one, discard the top card of your deck. It is a physical. Then discard all cards in your hand with the same printed resource. So there goes, oh, our Wakanda Forever, our Vision, and our Get Ready. That was painful. And another attachment. This is one of the 2 attachments that can go on Namor. Winged Feet. When a special keyword is resolved during the villain phase, each player discards X cards from their deck. As a hero action, you can spend X resources to discard X cards from your deck, top of your deck. Discard this card and X cards to the top of your deck. So that's how you get rid of it. You mill, and X is the villain stage number, so 2. So I have to spend 2 pew resources. Alright, so we survived. We're feeling pretty good. He's at 18. Got 1 more deck out after this before we lose. Let's draw 3 cards. Why not, right? Let's play Hawkeye with his magic pew arrow counters. Let's get inspired. So he is now a 2/2. We're going to flip, and we will get rid of Winged Feet. So we're in hero form. We spend 2 lightning bolts. We discard this card and the top 2 cards of our deck. So 1, 2. Maria will obviously thwart. Hawkeye will attack. Black Panther will attack. And we'll ready up. No loss yet, but things aren't great. Alright, so he's going to discard something for his attack. He's going to mill 3 from us. And then his attack is for 2, 3. And there's a Namor's Trident toss, so we'll look at that in a second. But I'm going to take 3. He's going to take 1 for Retaliate. Trident toss is a treachery card. When revealed, if Namor's Trident is in play, Namor attacks your hero. Sounds bad. If this activation deals damage, discard the top 5 cards of your deck and discard Namor's Trident. If no attack is made, this card gains Surge. So basically he is taking his Trident, attacking you, and then throwing it at your deck to make you discard a bunch of cards. But it was a boost card for us today. So our encounter card is also Namor's Trident. Namor's Trident is not in play, so no attack is made, and this card gains Surge. Cool. We're going to discard. So we're discarding 5 cards. I'm drawing 5. Unfortunately, that makes us deck out. So we get an encounter card, and Namor's Trident is not in play, so we're going to come over here and put it in play. And shuffle the 4 cards left of the encounter deck. We drew this during that, so I think we save this till next turn, and it's our go. We need 1 more on here because we just decked out. So 1 more deck out and we lose. We got to get 13 damage, and we got to get it now. So let's draw a card. Let's attack for 2. I think we can kill him this turn. 1, 2. Got attack for 2 here. 1, 2. We can play Wakanda Forever. We'll remove 1 threat from the scheme. We'll deal 1 to everybody engaged with me, and we'll hit him for 1, 2, 3, 4. We can play... I think we need to flip first. Let's flip and draw 2 cards. So here we can pay 1, 2, 3 for a Mockingbird, which will stun Namor. We can inspire Mockingbird to make her a 2/2, so she can hit for 2. She'll take a damage. We can get ready, and she'll hit for another 2. And whambo bambo, we beat Namor. I won't even reveal what this 3rd scheme does. You'll probably see it a lot more in multiplayer and on expert mode, but that was Namor in a nutshell. We were 4 cards away from decking out, so we never had to deal with Imperious Rex, but it's in there. Hope you guys enjoy this setup. It'll be probably on Tabletop Simulator fairly soon, but that is a pretty fun run of Black Panther leadership against Namor, and it was to the wall whether we think so or not. We weren't in threat of dying or threading out, but if we had gone through 25 more cards on our deck, which would have happened fairly quickly, we would have lost. So hope this is a fun scenario